Good morning, Intro. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, and today we are going to practice our knowledge on the soil texture triangle. So from the activity that you did yesterday, you should have kind of a knowledge of how the texture triangle works, so you should be able to fill in each of the texture names and percentages as well. So let's get started. So at the top, it gives you all the percentages, so you just need to follow the lines on the texture triangle to figure out the correct texture name. So for example, if we were to look at 75% sand, 10% silt, and 15% clay, that would give us a sandy loam. So looking at our texture triangle here, might need to zoom out a little bit. Might have to cut off the 10% silt. So remember, up here is our 10% silt. So for 10% silt, we would follow that line, not going to be the straightest line, all the way down. And then we had 75% sand, so that would be kind of right here in the middle. And for sand, we have to follow at a diagonal. So we follow these lines here for sand. And then for clay, we had about 15%, and clay works straight across. So clay for about 15% would be about there. So that shows us that our texture would be a sandy loam because our lines all intersect right there. So that is how that would work for your assignment. All right, I'm going to move up here. So you will put in each of these percentages and you will find out the texture name. Next, it gets a little trickier. So one of the percentages is missing for each of these. So what you are going to do is put 42% sand and 37% clay on the texture triangle and see where it could line up for the percent of silt. Please ignore my pets. They like to play. So how that would work is, let me erase this. So how that would work with missing one percentage. So at 42% sand, so 42% sand, and remember we work at a diagonal, you are going to work, not quite a straight line, but you are going to work up the 42% sand. And then clay, remember, works across at 37, so that would be about here. And then now you have to look at where it would overlap for over here on silt. And remember, they work at a diagonal for silt. So about here, where it would overlap, if I can draw a straight line on the computer, you get the idea, but you're going to work at a straight line up to silt. So it looks like silt might be around 24-25% for the first example, and that is how you would figure out the texture. And then where they overlap is clay loam. So that would be your texture for that example. For the challenges, those will be a little trickier, so I want to see how well we can work on the challenge problems. So they give you some percentages that you can work with to see where they would overlap, and some just give you the texture. So if they just give you a texture, so for example, loamy sand, there's not a lot of options of what the percentages could be, but it's up to you to make what those percentages are as long as it lands in loamy sand. For example, the percent sand would need to be between 70 and about 85 to work for that example. And then at the bottom, you are going to make your own. So just like here at the top, come up with some percentages and then tell me what soil type that would be. And that will be your assignment for today. Let me know if you have any questions and hope to see you guys soon. Bye, guys.